Hey guys, what's up? Tempo here, back with another video for you. I was thinking to do a little commentary of one of the runs we did the other day. It's in Wyrmheart 42. A little bit so you understand why I'm pressing certain things and etc. So basically, here it's a very specific pull. I'm pre-shielding the tank into runic proliferation in order to get a dot here and also have enough runes to like dish out some good flash heals into the tank, like place the rune, place another barrier on him, because this pull is absolutely murdering him. After placing those two things, I also make sure to place the Circle of Light, which gives him 10% DR. I'm also the person to bait the Scholar Orb, basically. And also now, because we have two melees, usually if you have a Rhyme as well, you probably should also bait, because the Rhyme will lose a lot of damage baiting these orbs. So basically I go out, I get the orb, do my weapon in the opener, I do like as many dots that I can, basically soul brands. And here I'm planning in my head how I will keep us safe into the dot explosions from the smallies. Like the small mobs will explode, put a dot on everyone. This is very dangerous. Also combined with the Scholar AoE, basically. And also you have this orb chasing you around, so you have to like wiggle between it and dance with it a bit. Here, try to refresh like dots as much as you can. And this is also with the legendary cloak build that I'm playing. If you have Grand Design, it's the same idea basically. You just start up, like ruin the tank, shield the tank, probably external him also on pull, which you saw there as well. And then just dot into like keep everyone safe basically, depending on the pull. But this pull is like this, then we rush to the next pull basically, and it's the same thing here. Circle down, rune, shield on the tank, external, which is ward, put it on cooldown on the tank when he's gathering, because he's going to take an immense amount of damage. He's getting stunned here by the meteor rain, the affix basically, and just insta dispel him. Here on these jumps, I'm pretty sure levitate works as a DR damage reduction for this jump, because it's, I think it's AoE, this jump. So levitate, if you put it on cooldown there, like it's actually gonna give you 20% DR for it. Or you usually like pre-shield yourself or others if they're getting jumped as well. So here I have another job to pull these mobs, and here is good to weapon like important mobs or dangerous mobs or big HP mobs, basically. If you have Theralats, if you have Nature's Fury, you just slap it on and let it do its job. You don't have to think too much. Here, just try to maintain like the circle on the ground on melee spots as much as you can. Dish out the orbs if you feel like you have the runes for it. It's a good damage, and also like healing a little bit. Try to put your dots up. Usually, you can save up runes into the next pull. Like here, I wouldn't call it like super optimal to like to rune a mob that is like 15% HP if my DPS has damage, right? Because that dot won't really like get super much value, so to say. Here, the same goes here. You try to open as soon as you can with the weapon. The orb is spawning. Try to milk it a little bit. Rune on the tank is super important. Here, it's not going to be too much damage on the group, so I don't really rune of renewal the group that much. A lot of the focus is going to be on the tank. We're also turbo focusing the assassin here to make sure that it's not going to like murder us, basically. Whenever you have runes, put up some more dots, some more soul brands. I don't know if you will be kiting this orb, but if you are, it's kind of good for the DPS that you gain in the group, basically. Here, I could have probably like played it a little bit better to save his proc. But as I'm going up, I put the circle. As I'm going up to try to kite the orb around again, he gets stunned by the meteor. And I choose to dispel him, but I think the play here, like the better play here basically, if this ever happens, is like, I was a little bit slow on the reaction thing here, but basically I did the circle, Okay, I literally don't have a global. Like, it's inside the global, so literally here it's like either you shield into the spell, or you don't dispel, or you like the spell a little bit earlier, but it's just super bad timing, basically, because I just used my global in order to place the circle, right? So it was global locked, basically. Couldn't dispel him earlier, couldn't do anything. So, I mean, I guess it's like super bad timing for us there to get like stunned there on the tank. Not too much you can do about it. Try to game it. Here we have some close calls. It is going to be super hard kiting these orbs in like a high key. A lot of things do so much damage here. This key was like rank 2 world or something. I think it was rank 2 world timer-wise when we did it. So it's kind of big key. Here also I can probably play a little bit better with my Chalice, because I'm not really going to leave combat here. So here I should have just used Chalice like literally like as soon as it came up. Like, basically here I should have just used Chalice, honestly. Probably a little bit earlier as well. But I will ulti next pull, I think it's the next pull I ulti. Putting my Spirit on cooldown, and it's gonna give a lot of mana back. So basically in this dungeon I don't feel like mana is that big of an issue. It depends a little bit. If it's Explodey, you're like never allowed to leave combat, basically. Like Stone Skin affix, because it's like just perma-chaining. Same thing here, you're just trying to put up the dots, put your weapon on cooldown, put down the circle for the tank in the group. If you can dish out some good fast shields on the group, it's really good. Depends a lot if your tank needs a lot of attention or not. Here I chose to dispel him quick. I also had a global for it. These jumps do so much damage in high key. Even the spin from the guys. So if you have like, we're playing a super hard comp here actually. We're the only group doing this key on this level, or even close to this level, with a double melee setup in here. It's a super hard dungeon to play double melee in, actually. It's insane that we actually managed to do it with this comp. I was very surprised. Here, like, just prioritize the spell a little bit. If there are 2 people with the spell and it's the tank and it's like not that many mobs, then you can almost always prioritize dispelling the DPSer, even if it's a tanky target, because you see like it's doing a lot of damage actually, and like the tank can actually withstand the damage quite okay until you get your dispel back up, basically. So the pull is about to die. I choose probably not to refresh. Maybe I even weapon here to finish one guy off. We will see where I say weapon for the next pull. Same thing here. Try to like start the pull with ward, pre-shield, go in, do some dots, place down the circle. If you can run ahead as a healer, it's also really good, because that gives you like time to top people, plan better, and not be like late into the pull, basically. If you like pre-walk a little bit, if it's safe to do so. So here, same thing here. I position myself. While I'm positioning myself, I'm also dotting. Also the ward on the tank, as you can see, right? On the pull. Make him stable, like stabilizing the situation. Here we have you can literally see that it's on the Tariq, but I'm in weapon right now, so I'm not really shielding him. Here I dish out the shield, because I see the jump is going on him, so I dish out the shield, and the jump goes, and the shield eats up the whole jump, basically. And it's like really valuable shield. Here tank gets dot, I chose to shield him, giving him some time to regen. Here I should probably also like just Chalice a little bit earlier. I'm holding the Chalice a little bit too long, in my opinion. Should just Chalice a little bit earlier, put it on cooldown. But it's not like game breaking or anything. We'll still do the pulls. Here I get the jump. I pre-shield myself. They're running. It's kind of hard for me right now. I make like, if a tank is ever doing this like, you see why it's like kind of hard, right? Because I don't really know like exactly when we're going, and it's a little bit unclear. I'm trying to like, I'm causing this dawn flare and I'm going with them, right? But I'm getting a jump, so I'm getting like stopped here a little bit. And here you have a choice, right? I'm choosing to ulti here instead of up here, because here I'm actually losing the pack. I don't think I can get jumped here from the other ones. So basically, if I get jumped here and the assassin jumps me, and I'm trying to ulti here, they will cancel my ulti, worst case, and kill me, or they will just like literally just kill me like while I'm casting it, or right after I cast it. I don't want to really have time. So if I cast my ulti back here instead, I reduce the chances of these actually doing anything on me, I can ulti. I lose like 1 second of the ulti, pretty much. But I come in strong into the pack. And this is like, if I was walking and I didn't get the jump, let's say the tank got the jump and he can just dash away from it or something, then I would have probably ulted up here instead. But now, since I got like a little bit blocked here by the jump, I chose to ulti down there and like stabilize like the opener of the pull, basically. Here, like, you should probably run Massive Spell in here as a healer. You don't really need 2 Massive Spells, but like 1 Massive Spell is really, really good in here. Like you see here, we have a triple dot scenario from Assassin, and I think it's from like, I think this is from the Chronomancers. I'm not sure, but I think it's from the Chronomancers. And like these dots actually hurt a lot. Here you like can see also that Jay is taking a lot of damage from this dot. He got like a dot back to back pretty much, like Assassin dot. And he's also eating some of the spins, I'm pretty sure. He got another dot. I don't really have a dispel right now, so I do like... Let me see. So we do this. Okay, so why do I choose to not dispel him and instead shield him 3 times or 2 times, right? Why do I do this? And there's a reason behind it. So basically here I pre-shielded because I'm noticing that he's taking damage from like the spins, and also as like some of these mobs I can't really tell for sure if the assassin is dead or not. Like you see here, the assassin is not dead, right? So this assassin will basically jump someone out of all of these people, and he will do like a fucking thing that does like this amount of damage on the HP bar. Like it does like 70-80% of the HP bar in one jump, and it's insta, and you can't really like counterplay it that hard, right? So like, why do I choose not to like insta dispel him here, even though I have the spell ready, right? So like here I can dispel. He's taking dot damage. He's taking like the spin, right? So if I would choose to like dispel him here, right, he would not have the shield, and exactly the same second as I dispel, he could get jumped by the assassin, right? So if I would dispel, and worst scenario happens, that could actually happen, there's a high possibility that it happens, right? The assassin jumps him and does the big burst on him, like the green dot, right? Then he would literally be dead if I choose to dispel him here, right? Instead of shielding. But instead, I'm trying to stabilize his HP in order for me to get time to actually like be allowed to do the dispel safely, right? So like here, he gets the shield. It's evaporating. He doesn't get a assassin jump. It's still a little bit unstable. I choose to greater heal, stabilize into the spell, right? So now if he gets assassin jump, he's actually fine, right? So this is like kind of my thinking a little bit. Got a little stun there, and here he got a jump. Even in this situation he gets a jump, right? Like imagine I dispel and the same second he gets a jump as well. He's also kind of dead, right? So that's also a thing to think about when it comes to dispelling contra like shield into dispel or stabilizing an HP into dispelling after stabilizing HPs, right? And it's like something that comes with experience and like knowing kinda the packs and the timers of the packs. Now this game is like very unique compared to like M+ when it comes to these things, because in M+ also, like in WoW, you have way more information, right? Like I would know exactly if it's like true to dispel or false, right? Because I have so many Vigours telling me like timers, etc., like when things are coming or not, right? But here you have to go a lot from your feeling and your gut, right? Like your intuitive. So here we start the boss, and this boss is hell for double melee comp, especially with the meteor affix, right? Because we will have, in the fight, we will have meteors coming in the whole section of the room, like the whole place of the room, spawning everywhere. We will have the frontal, we will have the frigid pools everywhere, and we will have the run with the when we need to dance, right? And we also have the kick on the boss that we need to handle, basically. And we also have the dispel happening, right? Okay, so let's run it back here a little bit. I think as a healer, you should always position like kind of here. If you have one more DPS, like a ranged, I think it should be here or here, depending on where the melee group is, like the melee squad. Now they're here. I think if I had a range, it should be here, and then we kind of move like this around or this around, judging on where the melee group is going, basically. So here is it really important. Like for me, it's very different than if you have one range. Because if they spawn a puddle, they will actually cleave each other with the puddle, right? And this puddle is slowing them and also doing so much damage to them, right? So what you will see me do throughout this fight is I will try my best in order to pre-shield both of them, and I'll pre-shield the tank a lot. So my damage will be a bit lower, but I'm trying to make it safer, basically. And also the timer is very good. Usually in a dungeon, if the timer is good, you don't have to stress too much with damaging like a lot. Just try to make it more safe. If the timer is bad, try to risk it for the biscuit a little bit and squeeze in more damage, like spending runes for soul brands, for an example. But in this case, timer is good. We just want to make it safe. I'm also calling every dispel here. I'm calling every dispel and also every frigid mist for my group here. Don't be scared also, as you could see here, if you get a frontal like is happening here, if you get frontal like this from like the skipper fucks up a little bit here, but it's fine. Like here, if I was a little bit more to the edge here, I actually die here, but don't be scared basically to use your levitate for movement speed in order to dodge this. It is completely fine. This boss doesn't have like a true healing check. It's mostly a mechanical check and positioning check. And like kick check, so to say. So here, if the tank drops a little bit low, just dish out a shield on him, dish out a ward, just make it safe, right? The slaps from the boss actually slaps really hard on tanks in this dungeon, even like especially on high keys. I think this key goes from like super easy key on low levels into like super like rough key on high levels, but it's kind of good on time in this key. Okay, because there's so many things that can one-shot you and basically screw you over, right? Like a double jump from the citadels. In that case, you would ward someone or shield someone. Also the assassin, if you enter an assassin pool, the best thing you can do probably is pre-shield, like the whole group basically, and like try to neglect the chances of someone getting one shot, right? So on this fight, it's basically just a little bit meme for the healer, but not too much. Here you can see me fuck up the weapon even. A little bit stressed out. Yeah. Here we do it. Like every time you get this thing and you want to dispel, try to make sure that it's going through the melee camp or away from the melee camp, like either of them, and try to also call it every time. It's super important. Try to put your weapon on cooldown here. Don't do it like me, like I actually obviously misplayed it a little bit. When it is, try to time your weapon for when it's like dispel or when it's like in between like the frigid and all this stuff. Try to not use weapon when it's frigid or the dance basically, because you will end up like me, canceling your weapon in order to not die. Here also, as you can see, whenever they reposition to a certain spot, you as a healer or a ranged, you will also try to reposition yourself accordingly as well. So like you basically give them space. So like here, you don't want to be like here, right? Because the tank might start kiting towards there, might frontal there. So you don't really want to AFK there, right? So just try to go to like the spots where they originally were. It's going to be a little bit more sussy for you, but you're going to relieve the pressure from the melee camp basically and the tank. And that's like usually 9 out of 10 cases worth it. Here, if you have like downtime and you're not omega stressed here, just try to do as many soul brands as you can. Like I said, put your weapon on cooldown. You can also like 1v9 it a little bit and play it super good. Like before it's frigid mist, you could try to like squeeze in the frigid at like a side here, like a corner, or like next to another existing puddle, and try to not block like open space, so to say, like putting a fucking frigid here in the middle of the room, right? So like it's frigid now, right? Try to like go like me, like to a side basically, to a corner, and like try to position good. Like positioning on this fight is omega important, basically. Here you can just usually you don't really ever orb here. Like maybe 1 or 2 orb is like okay, but you shouldn't really press orb. If you press orb, it's like just for fucking fun. You can dish out some Radiant Blast for rune gen, basically, especially in ulti. And here I have to cancel another weapon. Like very bad weapon timers actually. But like keep that in mind to like try to time your weapon in between, like when it's like not frigid and not the dance, basically. And here's the death of the boss. Usually with the spell also, try to like be a little bit cool about the dispel. Like don't just insta dispel. Like try to like wait 1 or 2 seconds with the dispel. If you have to pre-shield someone, do it. If it's during the run, like when we have to like dance and someone gets a dispel, like super bad timing on it, basically. Just you can just send a ward on that guy and pre-shield that guy, even maybe mini ulti or ulti on that guy, just to keep him alive until the dance is over, everyone has positioned good, and then you can dispel. Okay guys, I hope you like this. I will continue doing these videos for other dungeons. Try to hit the like and the subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I always also stream on Twitch. You can find the link down below. Bye.